In this movie, we take a tour of some good websites for inspiration and demonstrations of CSS. These sites offer examples of what can be done with pure CSS design. Now, essentially, these are websites that use CSS to create elegant and effective web designs without misusing HTML. All things that we see are controlled with CSS, and HTML is used only to structure that content. So let's go ahead and jump over into our browser and take a look at csszengarden.com. If you've never been to csszengarden.com, I do recommend that you check it out because it is quite informative. Now, csszengarden.com was designed to make people get excited about using CSS. So if you look here, we have some pretty nice design elements. We have an image over here to the left-hand side, different floating columns, all sorts of good stuff. Now, depending on how you feel about this specific aesthetic, you may or may not appreciate Zengarden that much. But whenever you understand a little bit more about what's going on here, you should find this very, very interesting, because every element that you see here in terms of visual presentation is being controlled by CSS. If I go to the View menu, down to Page Style, I can say No Style. Essentially what this is doing is it's allowing us to turn off or select our different cascading style sheets associated with this page. So if I say No Style, we will be presented with our core HTML document. So as you can see here, it's just providing us the HTML content, and you're not seeing anything visual in terms of images. So it's taken all of the purely visual items and removed it from our document so that this document would be presentable across multiple devices. So that's really, really a great thing. Now I'm going to go back here and go View, Page Style, and Current Style. So that's really demonstrating how powerful CSS is. However, CSS Zengarden is more than just that demonstration. CSS Zengarden allows designers to take the same HTML document and change the CSS so that we have completely different designs. So if I take a look over here to the right hand side of this design, we see Select a Design. I'm going to click on this Make 'em Proud. Make 'em Proud loads up another nice design here. It's a little bit different than the previous one. And actually, if you look at it, it's totally different. The only thing that remains the same is the HTML document. You can continue to explore the different designs that have been submitted here just by clicking on the different links in the Select a Design section. A lot of the things that you'll end up seeing here on CSS Zengarden is pretty amazing, and it's pretty inspiring as well. Of course, there's more designs than what's available here with the Select a Design, and you can click on View All Designs. It's going to allow you to come in here and select any of the different designs that have been seen on CSS Zengarden in the past. So definitely a really nice place to see the full power of CSS, as well as to be inspired to create some of your own designs. Now, to that end, there are also a couple of other websites that have good galleries that are nice to go into and see and gain inspiration from. So if you go here to www.cssbeauty.com, you'll end up seeing this is a website dedicated to CSS design. Now, of course, there's news, jobs, communities, but there's also your gallery. And in your gallery, you'll end up seeing some nice little designs, including something such as the Unstoppable Robot Ninja. So if you see here, this is a nice little CSS-based design. And feel free to wander around in the galleries and explore and see what people have been up to. Now, the last website we're going to take a look at is CSS Vault. This is www.cssvault.com, and CSS Vault is another nice place to go for a gallery. So if you go to the gallery, you're going to end up seeing these latest entries, and you can click on any of them that might interest you, and you can go to that website and check out what's going on with the design. Now, with some fresh examples in mind of how you can use CSS, you might be inspired with the freedom that CSS gives you for web design, because if you can envision it, CSS can more or less make it a reality. Of course, good web design is also going to be complemented by good graphics skills. So if you have either the ability to create good graphics or the willingness to learn how to create good graphics, you will be able to create some really nice websites by the end of this course. With that being said, this course does not cover how to create web graphics, but there are a number of different titles available through Virtual Training Company that do. So I recommend that you check out those training courses if that's what you're interested in. And that concludes this movie on looking at some of our pure CSS designs.